Dobra, jeszcze muszę spróbować. Dobra. Dawaj, kupiłem.
Though Everlight is one of the few Nortandian cities with a multiracial population, non-humans are usually met with hostility and prejudice. While there have not yet been any big outbreaks of violence, it is not unusual to find a robbed and beaten-up elf in the Mud District's alleys. Due to their imposing physique, orcs were targeted less often. Until now.
My tu skończyliśmy, bo już nie pamiętam. Aha! Jakiś quest poboczny.
Interesting. Finally.
Dobra, chciałem tylko zobaczyć, co tu już. Mamy do przejścia. Tu nic.
Got it. This way, right?
Get ready.
Zobaczymy, czy coś tu jeszcze jest w ogóle. O, tu jest. Nic.
Really?
Burzy nie ma, więc możesz się ruszyć.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
O, no fajne, ale do sprzedania raczej. Tu zaczęliśmy, to jeszcze tylko tu. Tu wszystko. Spojdziemy.
Wrong place, wrong time.
More fighting. Does this never end? Fine.
Here we go.
Let's see.
Blasted armor.
Now would you look at that? You read my mind.
All right, why not?
Interesting. Let's see.
Virtue speed and mage master free.
So, what's the plan?
Okay. Everything? Oh, nice. Still good. anything to see. Maybe not. Okay. Head back.
Now would you look at that?
The wick to skin that. Master mage of 3. Okay, find the under
Yes.
Corporal?
Jeszcze chyba powinien coś zmienić, ale to jest
Something you
dobrze.
need?
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed during the Mage Wars, the city has its own mountain of problems to struggle with. The biggest ones being the ever-growing gap between the rich and the poor, an uncontrollable rise in crime, and the Purity of Light's aggressive crusade for new followers.
Yes?
Understood.
Czy ja nic nie wiedzą? No. Like Jon Snow. Yeah, like Jon Snow.
Corporal? What's next?
No, fajnie. Nothing to do here, I think. Okay, let's go.
Will do.
Ah, I'm sorry.
Yes? Sure.
Ah, I'm good. Okay.
That's the way?
Damn it! I need healing.
All right, here goes nothing.
Child's play.
Killed one of our heroes.
Help me for heck's sake!
We should get moving.
Fuck. Shit! Help me for heck's sake!
Killed one of our heroes.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed during the Mage Wars, the city has its own mountain of problems to struggle with. The biggest one...
Just give the word.
Interesting.
blasted armor.
Fine.
Let's see.
Let me see.
Huh?
If your life.
Yes? Uh-huh.
Fine.
Corporal?
Here we go.
Got it.
Sure.
Sure.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Damn it! I need healing.
Killed one of our heroes.
For heck's sake.
Yes.
No!
Damn it! I need healing.
Killed one of our heroes.
Okay, this one. Okay.
I need help over here.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed during the Mage Wars, the city has its own mountain of problems to struggle with. The biggest ones being the ever-growing gap between the rich and the poor, and
You got it.
Jest sprzedane. No,
That way? Sounds like a plan. You got it. Yes.
All right.
Sure.
Why not? Whatever's
Get ready.
necessary. Leave it to
Well,
me.
keep you shielded.
come on! What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
All right. Damn it! I need healing.
Killed one of our heroes.
Help me for heck's sake.
Help! Please!
Seriously. What
Killed
the
one of
fuck?
our heroes.
That way?
Damn it! I need healing. Help me for heck's sake.
of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed during the Mage Wars, the city has its own mountain of problems to struggle with. The biggest ones being the ever-growing gap between the rich and the poor, an uncontrollable rise in crime, and the Purity of Light's aggressive crusade.
Yes? This way, right? Mm-hmm. What?
So,
What do
what's
we
the
need?
plan? Just give
That's
the
the
word.
way.
Wrong place.
Danger up ahead!
Friend.
Fine.
Is that all?
Damn it! I need healing.
I can't.
Easy. Yes?
Dearest breath, you really killed them all. Just who exactly are you?
Doesn't matter. So this is the portal.
Yes.
It definitely looks Hibernian. Did you reconstruct it?
No, it was still intact when we found it, which is more than strange, but that's also where the mystery ended. We couldn't activate it, even with the portal stuff. Dearest breath.
Doesn't matter. So this...
Yes.
It definitely...
No, it was still intact when we found it.
How did you find it in the first place? And what makes you believe it's connected to the island?
Hibernian stone tablets. You see, similar to the Shapers, the Hibernians had developed a magic that allowed them to travel great distances within a short amount of time through portals. By stepping through an active portal, it took you wherever its counterpart was located.
Teleportation.
Yes, but much safer and also available to the common folk.
I see. And how do you know this portal's counterpart is on the island?
Another long story, for which I assume you don't have the time. Suffice to say that I found a kind of map, one that outlined all the Hibernian portals, how they used to be back in their era.
Interesting. And these portal stones were required to activate them?
Yes, but as I said, it didn't help. I paid a fortune to buy it from a Chilean merchant, but I might as well have sung my incantations on a brick.
Where is that stone now? Can I see it?
You're really stubborn, aren't you? No, you can't. Because I threw it away.
Why?
Because it was useless. It was useless. Like all of this sodding, pointless horseshit I ruined my life for. Forgive me. I shouldn't have gotten so upset. This place, it just brings up memories.
Where did you throw it away? Do you remember?
Yes, I remember. There's a small shack near the old River Watch in the southwest. That was the day I had finally realized that I had been chasing a ghost all along. You'll try to find it, won't you? I can see it. Please. I don't know who you are. But believe me, it's pointless. You're wasting your time.
Let me be the judge of that. Will you wait here?
If you insist. It's not as if I'm missing anything in that sodding city.
Now would you look at that?
Southwest. Okay.
Alright, why not?
Okay. First of all, take this portal.
Yes?
This one. This one.
We should get moving.
Finally.
Southwest. So, here.
That's...
Corporal. Yes, there. I think that's the shack Watley was talking about.
Sounds like a plan.
Look at that. Could this be the stone?
Show me. Yeah, that might be it. Though, that's interesting. This stone. It is ornamented with Hibernian runes, but it looks an awful lot like our Shaper rune.
Interesting. Well, let's get back to Watley.
Let's see.
Let's see.
Sure.
Got it. Will do. Watley? We found...
By the... What? How is that possible?
My guess is as good as yours.
But... this doesn't make sense. No, this is a dream. This isn't happening.
Well,
I need to see.
Blazes, stop!
Too late. We need to follow him.
great, but you go first.
Something you need?
I should go
Though some cartographers may claim otherwise, the maps of Io are still far from complete. The Black Sea in particular has always invited explorers and adventurers to fantasize. Situated north of Fiara, many ships have fallen victim to its stormy waters, causing the number of expeditions to diminish.
Tiara's breath. It worked.
I felt just like traveling with a godstone.
Only that this seems to have been a one-way road. The portal is closed.
What about the portal stone?
I don't know. It seems empty. Activating that portal must have used up all of its energy. Question...
No. I forgot to make something. Sorry.
Some cartographers...
Tiara's breath.
No! Load the game. Wait, yes.
of the few refugees who make...
Great, but you go first. That way?
No.
Yes. Let's give the word.
Well,
Huh. Interesting.
Yes?
What's next? Interesting.
As a neutral, apolitical association of mages solely devoted to the study of magic, the members of the Creators Guild were among the few gifted that remained neutral during your father's war. Though not comparable to the great universities of Kalaya, it is safe to
Blasted armor.
What is this guy? Oh, here.
Ah, there you are. In case you were wondering, I sent 2 mages to help Richard and Hubert find their way to the guild. It will be a marvelous opportunity to deepen our knowledge on magic. I'm still fascinated by the idea that an abundance of magic is able to create sentience. Just think of what that entails. Either way, I am ready to join you. I need to take care of some formalities first, but I'm ready to depart before next dawn. Where shall we meet? According to your story, the Shaper City is in the middle of Iskander, is it not?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's see him.
Corporal?
Yes?
Nothing well. Black magic, elementary, okay.
You have my attention.
Let's try with black magic, focus. Okay. Paradox magic. Okay. Burn 7 points of target's focus with every outer up. Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay. What of that is reward damage? Target item reduce damage. Holy moly. Holy moly. Whoa. That was big. Yeah. Not too quick. Okay. This one. Lava.
What?
What is it?
Okay.
Yes? They will fall.
Let me know what you need.
This is okay, and that. What is the traditional pixels?
I'll be right here.
Well,
Switch to next action group. Let's see. What with escape? Yes, this crap. We have. Cool, we have A, we have. USXL. Yeah. Let's go for. Okay. Okay. Action group 1. Action group 2. Ira. This one. That's.
Corporal.
Yuma. You have everything. That's it.
What do we need?
And fight this one. Okay. Let's go.
Let's see. Now would you look at that?
Yes, yes, come closer. I'm sure I have just what you need.
Okay, that's it.
You know how to bargain, don't you?
Interesting.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed during the Mage Wars, the city has its own mountain of...
What? Let's see.
Yes, you have my attention.
Yes?
Four. 7. Ah, okay. 3, 7, 2. 4, 4, 2. 7, 4, 4, 2.
Yes?
Really? Well,
Right, close.
Sounds like a plan.
Was that?
fine.
Got
What
it.
is it? Uh-huh.
So, 3, 7, 2, 4, 4, 2.
Interesting.
3, 7, 2, 4. 4, 2. 10, 6.
Now would you look at...
7, 4, 2, 2. This 6, this other 6.
Will do.
Really?
I might.
You got it.
Notice. Ah, yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
And this.
So, what's the plan?
Okay. 1, 1. This is them, it's right.
Corporal? Yes.
Uh-huh.
And focuses.
Yes?
That must be 4, 6, 6. 4, 6, 6, and 2. No.
Interesting.
4. 10 minus 3, 4 minus 2 minus 4, is that 0? 4, 2, 2, okay. 5, 4, 2, 2, 0.
What?
Just give the word.
Where did they send it? Niech to. Or
Yes?
I'll try one as well.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's go there. Once. One, two, one.
What?
Maybe it's 10. Yes, it's 0. No.
All right, here goes nothing. Yes? That way?
Fine. Pathetic. Leave it to me. Finally.
Sure.
The hardest thing about business is minding your own. There are few cities where this proverb rings truer than in Everlight. With an underworld almost as large...
What is it?
Really?
Here we go.
You'll regret this. Uh-huh.
Sounds like a plan.
Understood.
Yes, of course.
Fine. Easy.
Get ready. Fair enough. Let's do this.
Let's see. Finally.
This isn't personal.
Child play.
I need help over here.
They killed one of our heroes.
Your struggle is pointless.
Bandits up ahead. Damn it! I need healing.
They killed one of our heroes.
The hardest thing about business is minding your own. There are few cities where this proverb rings truer than in Everlight. With an underworld almost as large as...
Lost soul. What a pleasant surprise.
Now would you look at that?
You have my attention.
My fault.
You got it. That way? Sure.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like a plan. You got it.
You read my mind.
I can't.
All right, here goes nothing.
Everything has an end.
Yes.
Nice.
Got it.
As you want.
Flank them!
Let's see what we can do.
I need help over here.
Killed one of our heroes.
The hardest thing about business is minding your own. There are few cities where this proverb rings truer than...
Give the word.
A fine plan.
Let's see.
Let us make this quick.
Damn it! I need healing. You'll regret this. Not now.
Get ready.
Nope. Let's do it.
Will do. Whatever's necessary. Got it.
Where can I go now?
Really?
Sure.
As you want.
Nothing special.
That way?
Finally. Child's play. Pathetic.
interesting.
That's all? Yeah, I think so.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed during the Mage Wars, the city has its own mountain of problems to struggle with. The biggest ones being the ever-growing gap between the rich and the poor, an uncontrollable rise in crime, and the Purity of Light's aggressive crusade for new followers.
Let me know what you need.
Dobra. Co?
Yes, dear?
Okay.
Yes?
Understood.
Yes, of course.
Should I buy something before I go or not? Ah, well, fuck.
Fine.
What is it?
Corporal.
Let's see.
Uh-huh.
Now would you look at that?
Let's think about one. Mm-hmm. I think I know it. Okay.
Fine.
Fine. Really?
Right.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So 1, 4, 7, 2.
As you want.
Let's see.
1, 4, 7, 2. Yay!
The hardest thing about business is minding your own. There are few cities where this proverb rings truer than in Everlight. With an underworld almost as large as the surface city, a provider can be found for almost every dark desire.
Sounds like a plan.
As you require. Damn it! I need healing.
Killed one of our heroes.
Corporal. I will leave it to me.
Finally.
A fine plan.
Okay. So the notes were probably like
You got it.
that was first letter, second, third, and fourth, and that second number is the part.
Interesting.
First I thought it was something mathematical, but
Sure.
then I realized
Let's see.
Other. Let's stop the bleeding, contact elimination, area of okay.
Fine.
Try focus, focus, elimination, yes, quick tool. Not bad. That's I doubt. Ah, no. Yeah. That's all. Okay. So.
Of the few refugees who make it to Everlight, many are shocked to find that their troubles do not end there. Though its neutrality as a city-state left it largely unscathed during the Mage Wars, the city has its own mountain of problems to struggle with.
That way?
Now would you look at that?
Co chodźcie? No chodź tu.
Though some cartographers may claim otherwise, the maps of Io are still far from complete. The Black Sea in particular has always invited explorers and adventurers to fantasize. Situated north of Fiara, many ships have fallen victim to its stormy waters, causing the number of expeditions to diminish.
Nic nie widzę, kocie. Okay.
Tiana's
Hey.
breath. It worked.
It felt just like traveling with a godstone.
Only that this
What about the portal stone?
I don't know. Question is, where's Watley?
Shouldn't.
And is it just my imagination, or is the sun a bit lower than when we stepped through?
Possible. It's the same effect that occurs when using teleportation magic, a distortion in the fabric of time. In any case, I believe we should look for Watley. This doesn't bode well.
Agreed. Let's follow the path. He can't have gone far.
You got it.
Will do.
Sounds like a plan.
As you
Hard
want.
to believe we're suddenly thousands of miles from Everlight. But there is something unique to this island, isn't there?
Yeah. There's hardly any magical signatures around us. Whoever lived or lives here, they haven't been in contact with the outside world yet.
Yes. Easy.
Yes.
I'll go for willpower. Weapon only. This is just to up the impact. Ah, okay. So this is not the one.
What? Finally.
It's strength, so. No, not weapon. Okay, there's ice and
What do we need?
Fine.
I want Naginata with elemental damage.
Yes, of
Sure.
course.
Yashus Kenyar Sro Cesar Sro de Shasak
Seriously? Come
Healing. Need healing.
You'll have to wait. Here we go.
Healing.
You read
Fair
my
enough.
mind.
Let's do
Healing.
this.
Let's see what we can do.
Just give the word.
Bugger and blast it. Who were these creatures? And what took you so long?
We entered the portal just after you. The teleportation caused a distortion in time.
Oh, of course. The writings mentioned that. Well, thanks for saving me. And sorry for being so mindless. These creatures, I thought they were gonna kill me.
Who is this man?
I don't know. He must be one of the locals. But he doesn't seem to understand our tongue.
Tunde, I do.
Fine. Now I'm lost.
So am I. How can you know our language?
Because we are both Kalal. You come from the Forsaken Land, which our people left behind hundreds of generations ago. Though your way of speaking is strange, be that as it may, I am not worthy of answering your questions. I will take you to our Yaris. She has predicted the arrival of outsiders, and it seems that her readings have become true. You will free us from Shar's snake spawn.
Who is this Shar?
Lakeshi, a renegade, a traitor. But our Yaris will tell you all.
We come from the same land? You mean, you're also from Nortander?
Yes, but our ancestors left it behind. It's a long tale, and again, not one I am worthy of telling.
All right.
Wait, Yaris? Tunde. This sounds a lot like the Hibernian tongue. Are you Hibernians?
Not directly. But again, our Yaris is better fit to explain that. Now please follow me.
Snakes. Oh. Sorry. Oh god, this looks so nice. Yeah. My beautiful stuff. Okay. Never mind. Maybe I'll give
Yakul!
Saris Jadul.
one hand.
Mekil. I thought the snake spawn got you.
They almost did. These people saved me.
Interesting.
They are from the Forsaken Land, Yakul. Just as she read from the stars.
By the name of the sun. Outsiders. Are they... I mean, do they speak our tongue?
We do. And I bet we have as many questions as you have.
I see. Gallus Danwaji, outsider. Thank you for saving this man. You have no idea what his death would have brought upon our village.
I promised to take them to the Yaris. Can you let us in?
I believe so. Take them to the Yaris, Mekil. She will want to know the stars spoke the truth. It was an honor, outsider.
As you want.
Did he just say star readings?
As I said, our Yaris foresaw
I
your
see the
coming.
outsiders have arrived.
She read it.
Yaras. Yes, they have. Just as you predicted. And they saved me from the snake spawn.
Then you already have my gratitude, stranger. Mekil, you may leave.
Of course.
Yes?
Well then, I'm a Shah, holy Yaris of the Ulias tribe. What's your name?
I assume Yaris means leader.
Not precisely, but yes. I am the leader of this village. So tell me, who am I talking to?
I'm Tahar. That man, he said you foresaw our coming.
I read the stars, yes. They told me that soon a stranger would come, one seeking for something to end a curse put upon his land.
The Bloodba.
Don't tell me. Our tribe has left the Forsaken Land for a reason, and whatever is happening there, it does not concern us. All that matters is that the stars sent you to save us from Shar, and that we, should you succeed, give you the Kasarlanthep stone in return.
I hate to disappoint, but me being here doesn't have anything to do with the stars.
Yes, it does, even though not in the way you think. What I do, reading the constellations, it is merely interpreting a pattern that is already there. You see, we sentient beings like to consider ourselves separate from the world, but the truth is, we aren't. We're part of a complex whole. Characters, events, catastrophes, they repeat, maybe in a different shape, but with the same core. They are patterns ingrained into the fabric of existence.
Fascinating. This is just what the Hibernian priests always said.
In other words, you're saying that us being here is part of a pattern? So, your people fled from the mainland?
Yes, we did, which is why we were able to talk to one another. But that was a long, long time ago. And since you will probably ask, we left because we were persecuted.
Persecuted? Why?
Because of our faith. We followed the ancient teachings of the Hiberians, and though we were only a few and our faith was peaceful, the priestess of Tiara did not approve. We started to roam the lands in search of a new home, but wherever we went, people drove us away. Until one day, one of our sages found a portal. You can imagine the rest.
Queen Aelith is a direct descendant from the Hibernians.
Who?
Right. You wouldn't know. So, you worship the Hibernians?
No. They weren't gods. We follow their teachings.
Which are?
Quite simple. I know most remember the Hiberians as brutal dragon hunters, but they were so much more. I even dare say that their downfall was the worst that could happen to Io. But this is a complex matter. If you are truly interested, read one of our parchments. You should be able to decipher the writing.
Oh, trust me. I'll do that.
And you never wanted to return to Fiara?
No.
The Xarlanthep stone?
Yes, the ones who created the relic you are looking for.
You mean the Shapers?
If that is how you call them, yes.
All right, what do you need help with? Your Medusa problem, I assume, and this Shar who's controlling them?
Yes, but it's a bit more complicated. Shar is my son. Where should I start? I have two sons, Dul and Shar. According to the Hiberian traditions, it was set that Dul would succeed me as the next Yaris. As you can imagine, this was never easy. Shar never accepted Dul as the legitimate firstborn.
I think I can see where this is going.
It's not that simple. You see, their father died when they were both very young, and that shaped their personalities in very different ways. Shar was frail, sensitive, and emotional. He was always sick, had horrible nightmares, and often talked about these voices he heard.
He heard voices?
Yes. Not only during the night, sometimes even in broad daylight.
What did they say?
All kinds of things. But nowadays, I simply think it was him having a too active imagination.
What kind of dreams did he have?
Everything, really. A lot of it revolved around his father's death. And then he had this one about the sacrificed woman.
The sacrificed woman?
Yes. According to him, he always found himself in some temple-like room surrounded by strange, puppet-like creatures. He walked down a hallway until he stepped into a room where there was a woman lying on an altar. I talked to our shaman about this, but he said that it might simply be his fragile mind. Now I believe that it also had something to do with his magic. A lot of gifted children suffer from strange dreams like that one.
And Duel, your firstborn.
He was the exact opposite. He was strong, always healthy and good with people, but hardly ever showed emotion. It was almost as if he was destined to succeed me.
How did your husband die?
His heart just stopped beating. A rare disease that had run in his family's blood for generations.
My condolences. What was their relationship?
Well, Duel was very distant toward Shar, and Shar hated Duel with a passion. The day things got truly complicated was when Shar discovered his magic. His talent was enormous.
Who taught him? I assume you don't have universities on this island.
You are right. We don't. My duties as Yaris kept me from teaching him myself, so it was mainly the old shaman who died 2 years ago that taught him. But as I said, his talent was enormous. He didn't need much guidance.
Let's cut to the chase. Where did the Medusae come from?
Well, it all happened a month ago. One night, Shar and Duel were gone. The next morrow, our village was surrounded by snake spawn, rallied behind my Shar.
Being a talented mage is one thing, but where did all these Medusae come from? The snake spawn, as you call them.
A ritual, an invocation that has been passed down in our tribe for generations. You see, we do not know war on this island, and fate willing we never will, which is why we are practically defenseless. But that does not mean we are naive. Should our people ever be threatened by outsiders, whether they come by the portals or by ship, the snake spawn would protect us.
So, Shar used this ritual to bind the Medusae to his will?
Yes.
Interesting. I didn't even know Medusae could be conjured.
So you can read from the stars, but you didn't see that coming.
Yes, I knew Shar was trouble, and I knew how much he despised his brother, but to go that far? No. Maybe I was just blind, but I didn't expect that to happen.
But what did he want? Force you to make him the next Yaras instead?
Worse. He said that since we are too blind to see, he would take matters in his own hands and enforce the trial of brothers.
Of course.
I don't understand.
In the Hibernian Empire, it actually wasn't custom for the firstborn child of the emperor to succeed him. Instead, their heirs had to compete in a ritualized duel, which mostly ended deadly for one of the parties. That way, or so the Hibernians figured, there would never be a weakling on the throne.
Makes sense. I guess a ruler should be strong.
Is that how you see it? Well, then we disagree. As much as our people admired the Hyberian faith, this wasn't a custom we ever adopted. Be that as it may, for the month, Shar has had his snake spawn abduct villagers to help him restore the ruin up north, so that it's worthy of hosting the trial. Once that is done, he wants to challenge his brother to a fight at the mountain altar. You see where this is going. You need to bring him to reason.
How am I supposed to do that? I can't take on his entire army by myself.
I know that. So the first step should be to free at least some of our people he has taken prisoner. After that is done, we can discuss further steps.
These villagers your son holds captive, where can I find them?
As far as I know, he took most of them to the ruin up north, But the place is heavily guarded by snake spawn, and he has shut himself in, so you can't go there yet. For now, it would suffice if you took care of the smaller camp just north of the village. I feel bad to ask this of you, Tahar, but frankly, our hands are bound. I just have to trust the stars that I'm not sending you into your...
Don't worry, we've fought worse.
Yes, I guess you have.
Ira is cool. Ira?
Why do you need me for this? You're his mother. Can't you just talk sense into him yourself?
Believe me, I've tried. And to be honest, until the first death, I thought that this was another one of his tantrums. But when the first villager his snakes captured on that first morning tried to run, he simply ordered them to shoot an arrow right through his throat. And Shar promised that if we make any attempts to stop him, he will take this even further. You see, Tahar, we aren't fighters. Our magic is meant to protect, to heal, and our weapons are only meant for fish and deer. But these snake creatures, you saw how dangerous they are. Right now, there is nothing we can do.
How am I supposed to make him see reason?
If only I knew. Talk to him, convince him, make him realize what he has done. Just try not to hurt him, will you? But as I said, first of all, our people need to be freed. As long as the village is defenseless, we can't provide you with the means to take down his camp. I'll be here if you need anything. Now good luck, Tahar. And for what it's worth, sorry for burdening you with this.
You got it.
Well?
Sounds like a plan.
Uh-huh.
Tandai, you're the outsider, aren't you? Interesting.
Okay. Power. Okay. No she. Silence. Okay. Something here funny. This. Power. It's nah. It's power. 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 No. Okay. Constitution or dexterity? Constitution. Strength. Listening countdown. Okay, yeah.
Let me know what you need.
Nope. Nope. Power, concentration, dexterity. Your mage. Intelligence, intelligence. Intelligence, okay.
Uh-huh.
A fine plan.
Now would you look at that?
You have my attention.
Gdzie jest mój pies?
So, what's the
Let's
plan?
see.
Let's see. Pies się boi nieistniejącej burzy. Trudno.
Fine.
Jest tu męż.
Got it.
Let's go.
Tondia, outsider.
You got it.
Really?
Well, let's explore a bit.
Finally.
That way?
Understood.
Let us make this quick. I need more time. I can't.
Yes.
Leave it
Get
to
ready.
whatever's necessary.
And I want to... I can choose it, okay?
As you want.
Sure.
Maybe it works then.
That way?
A fine plan. Pathetic. Uh-huh.
Fuck off, I don't want human.
Sounds like a plan.
I want the perfume one.
Really?
You got it.
Fine.
Now would you look at that?
Sounds like a plan.
Child's play.
you
know
go.
what you need.
Just give the word.
Fine. Everything has an end.
Finally.
Yes, of course.
Will do. Really?
Sure.
As you want.
All right, here goes nothing.
Fine.
Get ready. Fair enough. Let's do this. Here we go.
Yes.
Shit. Help me for heck's sake.
Damn it! I need healing.
Fair enough. Let's do this. That way?
You regret this.
A fine.
They will
Leave it to
fall.
me.
Any more mana? As you require. Healing. Need healing.
Atak 110. Dobra.
Quite the hill. Blazes. This island is beautiful in its own way.
That's so.
Yes, of course.
Interesting.
Okay. Condition.
Got it. Now would you look at that? Mm-hmm.
Much better. Much. Jump this way on resistance. That's not another blockchains. Okay. Nothing special.
Yes?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Will do.
Sure.
That must be the ruin the Yaris mentioned. The one where Shar wants to hold the trial of brothers. Blazes. Look at it. It's enormous.
And he's abducting the village.
Look, villagers.
I will do as I must.
You read my mind.
Easy. Pathetic. Child's play. Corporal.
Yes. what's the plan?
Okay.
As you want. Leave it to me.
Whatever's necessary.
Sarasjadul, you killed them. Who are you?
Your Yaris sent us. Are you okay? Can you walk?
Yes, I think so. Are we free to go?
Yes, they're awaiting you in the village.
Go? After all this cursed brat did to us?
What do you suggest? I don't know about you, but I have someone to take care of.
Well then go. I'll join the outsider. You do need help, don't you?
It can't hurt.
Then I'm with you.
Me too. I want to be there when that cursed child gets brought to justice.
I hope you know what you're doing, Ruslan.
Just go. We'll be back.
Really? Everything has an end. Are the Medusae attracted to that thing?
Understood.
Sounds like a plan. All right, here goes nothing. Uh-huh.
Three? Already? Something 5 or something.
Finally.
Got it.
You got it.
Fine.
Give up.
Corporal? Well. Blazes, get up, will you?
Yes.
Come on. Don't die on us now.
Healing.
I need healing.
Healing.
You'll regret
Yes.
this.
What?
Oh, you're serious about this, aren't you? Fine. Is that all? Is that all?
Fine. Blazes, get up, will you?
Yes. So, what's the plan?
Stupid.
A fine plan.
Here we go. Fair enough. Let's do this.
Oh my god, again.
Come on. Don't die on us now.
You have my attention.
What's next?
Finally.
What do we need?
They will fall.
Struggle is pointless. Easy. Let's see what we can do.
Fish, forests, fields. They really have it all, don't they? I can understand why the islanders are so fond of this place.
As you want.
Will do.
Yes, of course.
Got it.
Sure.
Understood.
A fine plan.
Let's see.
Tondai, outsider. What do you need?
I found and rescued your people.
Yes, I know. Thank you, Tahar. You have no idea how much that means to me. The thought that my son caused all this. I still find it hard to believe. But be that as it may, at least now we are able to defend our village again. You should go talk to our shaman now. He will be able to both assist you with your passage back to the mainland and with taking care of Shar. I'll be here if you need anything else.
I'll be off. Thanks for your time. Now would you look at that? Are you the shaman? The Yaras sent me.
Ah, yes, that's me. Tondai, friend. She told me you'd come. You're looking for a way back to the Forsaken Land, aren't you?
A way back to Nortander, yes.
Good. First of all, I can't thank you enough for what you did. Those people, my friends, they might be dead if the stars hadn't sent you.
Praise the stars. But how do we get back to the mainland?
Of course, let's make it brief. It is possible to reactivate the portal. Not the one you came through, but another one. However, it won't be easy.
Why?
Well, for starters, Shar's snake spawn is all over the island, probably also near the portal. We need to free it from them first, which would most likely provoke counterattacks on the village. Rebuilding requires stone and wood. Reigniting it requires energy. And finally, to activate it, we need a portal stone.
Like this one? This is the one we used to get here.
Show me. Yes, that's a portal stone, but you used up all its energy, so it's useless now. We need a new one.
How do we repair it? I'm not an expert on portals.
Which is why I'm here. I already talked to the Holy Yaras about it, and we will give you a handful of able men to help you find the resources. Wood and stone should suffice. Once they've found enough, just send them to the portal and I'll instruct them.
I see. Any ideas where we could find a new portal stone?
Well, this is the most complicated part of the story. Though it's theoretically possible, I doubt you'll find one that is still fully intact. However, if you find me enough Hibernian crystal shards, that might work too.
Hibernian what?
Crystal shards. It's the raw material runes are made of. If we're lucky, we might find some in the ruins on the island. But again, no promises.
All right. More treasure hunting then. All right.
Yes. Good luck. I will be here and will prepare the charging ritual.
Really? What?
Just give the word.
Yes.
Corporal? Corporal?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes?
Let me know what you need.
Establish your base.
What's next?
Okay.
Yes.
You have my attention. Well,
Yes. Interesting.
So, what's the plan?
Corporal? Corporal. What is it?
What do we need?
Yes.
Let me know what you need.
Again.
Yes.
Yes?
What's
Okay,
next?
sounds good.
Yes.
You have my attention.
Not now, no.
Saris Jadul, the snake spawn. They must have been alarmed by the magical essence. Quick, prepare yourselves. We must defend the altar.
Holy moly.
Yes? As you want.
I'm not prepared to... I don't want it now. Okay.
Though
We do some ruins. First...
some can't touch.
Fish, forests, fields.
Yep. Okay.
I can understand why the
Well, now
islanders are so fond of this place.
It's all. And the Harbarian, Siberian, something like that. Part will be later. Okay, so save the game. And thanks.